So you're going to right click on your screen, you go to new, create your folder, put here your names and your registration number. After putting there your names and registration number, you're going to search for the software called Premiere Pro, and after doing that you open the software. It will take some time to open up. You wait for it. Now with Premiere Pro, people are able to use it for editing videos, and then you're able to compile them into one. So you'll find that in today's industry that among a lot of professional companies prefer to use Premiere Pro, but you'll find that we have a number of video editing tools. For example, when we were in class, I talked about CapCut. It's actually one of the most easiest tools to use when editing. But then you'll find that in some organizations, they prefer using Premiere Pro. So that's why we are going to just go with this. But if you manage to understand how Premiere Pro works, you'll find that it is easier for you to interact with any other tool. So when you open it, this is the interface you'll see on your screen. You go ahead and click on the new project button here. Now this one called open project, you'll find that this one you can only use this in case you have your previous projects you want to use, or the ones that you want to look at. So for our case, we are creating something new, so I'll go ahead, I press on new project here, and then we give the project a name. So for example, we could call it like you can give the video a name. It could be a video about a trailer, or it could be a music video, or it could be an adventure video that you're trying to edit. So I'm going to call this adventure, and then you need to make sure that the location, the video, is being saved in the right place. So you can go to browse here, and then click on desktop, such that you make sure that your work is saved on the desktop. So assuming this is our folder here that we created, actually it's here. So I'll click on it, click on select folder, such that whatever thing I save, whatever progress I save, I'm able to it's able to be saved in that folder, the desktop. So you don't need to tamper with the other settings here on the screen. Go ahead and click on OK, and then you give it some time to open. Now it depends on how strong your laptop is, because Premiere Pro is a bit heavy, so you need to have roughly like 8 GB RAM. So this is the interface now that you will see on your screen when you open it for the first time. We have a number of tabs here, but we can check them out before we interact with anything here. So we have the learning tab. When you click on it, you'll find it's going to bring another screen on the left hand side showing how to use Premiere Pro. But for our case, we have now two interfaces here. Okay, you'll find that these two interfaces will have the videos that we are going to upload. Okay, but then the most important interface you'll find is on the right hand side, whereby anything you edit, you'll find the changes will take place from here. So how do we import our clip inside here? So let's say, for example, there's a clip I want to put into the software and I edit it. I'll have to go to the import media to start area down here at the bottom left corner. Then I click, you double click, open up, and then you try to look for any video that you would want to edit. So I have this video here. Okay, I'll click on it, and then click on open, because it shall provide you with the videos. So we have a video here. I want to edit this video, and then how do we edit it? So if you put it here, you'll find you can actually even stretch this a bit. If at all you want to add another clip on the right hand side, our toolbox is actually here. We have the selection tool. Okay, so this is the video we are going to edit. So how do I drop it into the timeline? We have the timeline here. So I'll drag it and then I throw it here as well. So when you drag it and place it there, you'll find the timeline will now become active. Okay, and then also you'll find here as well the videos being displayed. Now there are scenarios whereby the video can also appear up here on the screen. You can have both sides with the video as you are editing. Okay, but I've told you that you'll find this is the one that will where the changes will take place from. This one, however, you'll find that the changes will not take place from here. Yeah, so if you want to mute the video, we have this M here. To mute track, you click, it will mute the video, then it will produce no sound. Okay, then we have this microphone here. This one, in case you want to add your own voice within the video, you click on it. Okay, yeah, but of course that is if you want to provide a voiceover for that video that you are playing here in the background. Now what if the video has sound? I've said you click on this M here, and now we have two parts of the video that are separated. We have the video itself and the audio, the sound that comes from this exact video that we're seeing here. Now the video has a time span of 5 minutes, roughly 5 minutes. How can I tell? You can easily see from the timeline here, from 0 to 5 minutes. Now we need to know what these tools do. We have the selection tool. It helps us to drag from one point to the other. Selection tool. Now if you want to split this video here and you want to add a clip, we have the razor tool. You click on it, you come here on your timeline, and then you click. It will split the video into two parts, whereby if you want to add a new clip in between one of these clips, you can go ahead, you click on the selection tool, and then you select that part that you want to remove, you put it aside. Okay, and then you come back here on this side where we put our clip. Now you can find we have a problem. We have no space here, as you can see. Okay, so what you can do if you have run out of space on where to import, you can just stretch the toolbox. Okay, because we have the toolbox here separating the timeline from the area for importing the video. So I can separate this. You keep on stretching it a bit until when you see some space here. So then you double click. So if you're adding a new clip, I'll just come here. Let me see. I can get a new clip here. So let's scroll down. Yeah, so suppose I want to add this one here. I click open to import, and then the clip will come here. So when it comes here, you can actually now close this again. Okay, and then you can separate the two clips now. Now to delete this clip, okay, the one that let's say you want to get rid of, on your keyboard we find that we have the delete button on the keyboard. When you see it, it's just there in the top right corner, okay, of your keyboard, to remove this part. But if you can't do that, you can actually also let me see. Okay, yeah, that is how you can actually get rid of this. So you click and then you click on the delete button. Now the delete button, if you're not sure where it is, let me use my on-screen keyboard for you to see. So this one here, okay, if you look at your desktop on your keyboard, you'll find you have the delete button. It's the one that you're going to actually click on. So when I click on it, it will get rid of that clip that I don't want. Then I'll get the one that I want to add. So I'll drag it and then I place it here to appear in between the two clips. And then I join this one together. So when I play the video, you'll find that.
All right, watch this.
You'll find it's going to now connect to the other video. Okay, so that is the trimming. If you want to separate or add or join clips. Now, what if you want to add images within the video? Okay, you have seen some documentaries whereby they place picture and they are trying to narrate a story of something that happened in the past. So you use again the selection tool, you separate the clips, and you come back here to where we imported from. You stretch this a bit, then you double click, you look for any picture that you want to place there. Now for my case, I may grab any random image here, and then I place it there, and then I drag it, I put it around here, and then I push this back. Now sometimes you may want to increase the length of the image. Why? You want it to last a bit longer on the video that's playing. Okay, so what you do, you stretch this a bit. You see, before you stretch, there's a way the arrow pointer changes to red arrow, point it towards the right hand side. As soon as you see that, you left click and drag. Okay, left click and drag. As you drag, you'll find that it will stretch the image. It will last a bit longer compared to previously how it was before. So here, if you stretch it a bit, you'll find
Let's install Cloud Code on the Mac.
Time. Okay, remain on the screen for a longer time. So that's how you combine images with video, and that's how you insert a new video within and that's how you can join a new video with another video. So what next? So you have seen scenarios whereby when you're watching a movie, you'll find it starts with a name or a title. Normally, you'll find some clips start with a blank screen and it starts right away, though it is rare, but on most occasions, normally the title comes before it starts playing. So we are going to add a title here, and then you see how it works out. Now this software has text that we can use. We put here and we give it a name. So if you look at my toolbox, we have the type tool. Okay, I'm going to click on this type tool here to activate it. When I activate it, I'll come here onto the screen, and then I drag and put. Remember, you have to drag and put. Okay, and then you can start typing. So you'll find that as you're typing, you'll be able to see the text appearing there. Okay, it is a type tool. So if you want to stretch this a bit, you can click the section tool and then you stretch this a bit from here. Okay, the type tool is for typing. Now there's a challenge. What if I want to change the font type of this one here? What do I do? So now to find that, you'll have to go to effects. Okay, I'm going to click on effects here, and then this part will open up. Now this is where you'll find the effects that I was telling you about. Okay, if you want to find the title of the movie, there's that title heading that you want to put here. Okay, because you find there are some templates here, but here we are customizing this to our own making. So here I'll double click. Okay, when you double click, you'll find that you'll be able to edit your text. So when I scroll down here, we have the font type. Okay, the font type is actually here. You can type here in Times New Roman. You find it appears there. You select it, and then it will change here. You can center align the title as well. You can use italic here as well. If you want to change the color of the title to a different color from white, you click on fill. The fill is actually here down. You double click, and then you may put there like green or yellow. You approve just like what you did in InDesign. Press OK. You'll find it changing color from there. So remember, if you want to change the color of this text, you have to highlight. Then we have stroke. Remember, we looked at stroke back then. If you want to put color to appear outside the boundary of the text, you can actually do that as well. Now, if you want to increase the stroke as well, you can actually increase it from here. Okay, so you can actually type a number. I will type 4. Press enter. You can see it has now increased on the stroke. Okay, yeah. So what next? So we can explore this as well. Essential title, essential sound. We are still on effects, so I'll click on effects here. Now we have what we call hold on, let me see. Okay, this has closed. This is an issue. I won't take this back. close panel. Let's see. Okay, so we're back here. Now, it's a bit tricky when using this software, but actually enjoyable when you know what you are doing. So now, suppose I want to look for existing templates instead of typing in my own words here. What do I do? So for now, I want to remove this. Okay, I want to remove this. So I want to delete this, and then I come here. Now these are templates you can actually use. So I'm going to drag this, I put it here. Actually, you're supposed to place it on the timeline, sorry. So now I'm going to click on the selection tool, and then I first, okay, I need to select the entire videos here. So I'm going to highlight this, I select all of them, and then I drag them towards the right hand side. Why? I want to put the title, the template at the front. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down, because when you find movies when they are starting, there's a we have the basic title here. When you scroll down, the templates. So I've said the templates, you find them in effects. Okay, click on effects, this part will appear, you find browse. So you can scroll down, then you'll find the templates there. So I have titles here. There's one called basic title. If I like this, you click, you drag it, you place it here on your screen, it will import it there. Okay, so it imports it there, it will appear there. So right now it is a bit small. Okay, so remember I told you can stretch it in this way. You grab this and then you drag, okay, to stretch it a bit. So from there you can grab this line and then you try to edit the title here. So how do you edit? You just double click. Okay, when you double click on that word, it will take you to this part where you can edit from, and then you may start typing. Okay, you start typing. Okay, that could be a title of your movie. Of course, it's now my name that I've put there instead. Now suppose you want to increase the font size. Okay, there's this part, but you can see it's not working. Well, now why it's not working is because I've not selected the text. So I'll double click here and then I highlight. Remember, you have to highlight the text for this to work. Okay, so and then you come here, you stretch this a bit. Okay, so you can put italic, capital letters or in caps lock, changing the color, do what I've told you already. So we have the basic title coming in front of the videos before they actually play. Okay, so if I happen to now click on the selection tool and then I select this, I'll be able to put it there. So the video will not start until when this clip first starts for the name. Okay, and I press the play button, and see now the name of the title has started. Okay, before it actually plays. Now there's something else I shared with you in class about the length of the videos. Okay, now at times I will tell you that I want you to cut these videos, okay, depending on the number of seconds that you see on the screen here. So let's say for the title, I tell you I want the title to run for 5 seconds. What do? You look at the timeline here. As you are dragging this, you can also observe this part here. Okay, so when I say 5 seconds, someone can use this line up to when you say around 5 seconds. Now you need to ignore this one here, okay, but you have to focus on this one here. So when you see that, you select it here, okay, and then you make sure that this arrow changes, okay, towards the left hand side, and then you reduce the size. Now sometimes when you import this, you may find that it's actually small and you can't even see it. What do? we have this downer part here where you see these small circles. These ones can allow you to stretch the timeline freely. So I'll come down here and then I stretch this. Are you seeing that? When you do that, you'll be able to see it fully. Okay, and then you're able to edit the way you may want it to be edited. So I'll come back down here and then I stretch this again. Okay, yeah, so that's how you can play around with the timeline. So I'll go ahead and then I'll just select this and I put the clips there. Okay, I may tell you to cut a part of a video in the first 10 seconds as well. When I tell you to do that, use this line to play around with the timeline until when you see where 10 seconds stop at. Okay, other than that, then you'll be doing something different. So normally when movies are ending, you find that they have you'll find there are some words that appear at the bottom. Okay, when the movie is done, you'll normally see the name of the director. Okay, so for our case, we're also going to do that as well. Of course, remember, you only find that in the effects part. If you want to put text, you also go in the effects part here. Okay, and also we have the toolbox, which has the type tool as well. So I'll just come, I click on browse. Okay, remember we are within effects here. That's why you're able to see this, and then I look for the part that can best suit me in case the movie is done. So we have this one called bold credits. Okay, I'll drag this and then I put them here towards the end. So when you do that, now it will send you a message like this. You need to ignore this, okay, because when if you have no internet, it will do the same thing. Just ignore. Okay, unable to connect to Adobe, missing fonts cannot be loaded at this time. You just ignore and say okay. Okay, you just ignore that, press okay. It will still put them there. When I press
Fully offline on computer. If this was helpful, hit subscribe.
So are you seeing that? This is the template we have just pressed here. So if you want to edit it, you go up here to edit, and then you double click on the text. When you double click, you'll be able to edit it from there. So you come, start typing, okay, whatever you want to type here. So that's how you edit in Premiere Pro with those the movie end credits and also the title. Okay, now what of shapes? Can we add shapes onto the interface? Yes. Now for the shapes, of course, we get them from the toolbox here. Okay, you have the pen tool. The pen tool, and you right click on it. Actually, you don't right click. What is funny, in case you want to access other tools in Premiere Pro, you have to left click. Okay, you have to use the left hand side of your mouse. You left click, you don't let it go. You give it like 2 seconds. Okay, you left click, 2 seconds pass, then you'll find these are going to appear. Okay, so you have the rectangle appearing. So let me repeat this again. I've said that. And in case you want to access other tools, here you don't right click, just like how you are doing it in InDesign. Okay, you just left click, you leave your fingertip on the left button of your mouse for 2 seconds, then you'll find the menu will appear showing other shapes. So perhaps you want to add a shape onto the screen. Now for example, let's say I want to put a rectangle tool. I'll select it and then I come, I draw it from here and I place it there. Okay, it will still appear. So you see we have a shape. If you want to put in it color, you can, let's see from here. Yeah, so it is already here. You can double click, you may put in it red. Okay, that is in case you want to put a shape design on your what, on your video clip there. Yeah, now this one is very useful in case you are working with subtitles. Okay, let me show you how subtitles work here. So you can see this is a YouTube video I downloaded, but let's say I want to put subtitles. Okay, so now that shape that I used actually can be very useful. So I'm going to grab the selection tool and then I need to grab this. Now you see it is very small, I can't easily grab it. Are you seeing that? Okay, if you find you're struggling like me to grab it, what you can do is, remember, you can stretch this. Okay, you come and do this, I'll stretch this a bit until when I'll be able to see this, and then I put it up, I move sideways, okay. Then I can now make it back how it was. I make it small, okay. So, and then I grab this, I put it where I want it to be. So now I grab this one here, you can see it's now appearing. It's a bit transparent, okay. So for the subtitles, what you can easily do is, let me see, let's stretch this a bit. So if you want to put subtitles, I grab this, okay, I place it here, I stretch this. Remember, normally subtitles you'll find in some clips they have a dark black screen. So I'll go to the fill here, and then I choose black, press OK. Yeah, but it's still a bit transparent, okay. Let's see if we can make it a bit darker. Perhaps it could be because of the video that we have, whereby for it just shows the, okay, it's now okay. It's now dark the way I want it to be, yeah. Then someone can just grab the type tool. Hey, wait, not the grab type tool. You can actually get the subtitles from here. You go to browse, okay. Remember, browse, you'll find it in effects. If you want to find the shapes, you go to the toolbox here. If you want to work with subtitles that are existing in the software, you scroll down here, you try to look for them. Now, of course, you'll have to edit, okay. You have to edit. So as I'm scrolling here, you look for something like with subtitle, okay. Around here, bold title, subtitle. Now sometimes in case you don't see what you're looking for, you can even search for it from here, okay. So I'm going to type subtitle, and it has now appeared. You select it, it will bring, okay. I'll type the word subtitles, it puts it there. Now I have this, I can grab this, okay, and then I throw it somewhere here. Just ignore this, you press OK. So I have this part, okay, but I want to put it inside this dark part of the shape. So I have to grab this, I place it on top. Subtitles, okay, the ones that I want to edit. So I'll do this instead. I stretch this a bit. Remember, I've told you how we can stretch this. So then I can actually put subtitles now down here. You can see it's now here. So how do you now edit? Of course, you know what to do. You can just double click, then this part will open up. Then you can type what they are saying in the video. Now subtitles, you'll find some softwares that are existing today can allow you to automate the subtitles, and then you'll find scenarios are there whereby most of the times you'll have to edit them on your own, okay. You follow word by word, but you'll find that there are a number of software that can actually read the pick up the text from the audio from the video, and then they generate for you the subtitles automatically, okay. Yeah, so you'll find some people create subtitles manually like this, okay. But now suppose you want to change the font type as well, you highlight that, you come and type here. Okay, so I may want the subtitles to be in Arial, narrow, bold, maybe perhaps, so they will change like that. If you want to change the color of the subtitles, you can just click on fill here, you may switch to yellow, okay, press OK, so you find everything is there, okay, you find everything is now there. So basically that is it. So maybe there's something I need to share with you as well. it is about the what? There's something called transitions. Okay, you watched videos, you find there's a transition, those music videos. You find the video is still playing, then another clip comes in, but there's some bit of effect appearing somewhere before it goes to the next clip. So those are called transitions. Where do we access them from? Once again, we can still access them from the effects area. Already we have selected that part. So I want to just close this by clicking on this part. If you look at my arrow pointer, I'm clicking here. Okay. I just wanted to close this. Wait, let me just click on this. Yeah, good. Click here. Then the transitions are somewhere. You keep on checking. Not here. Libraries, nope. Have markers here, nope. History, not really. I think, let me see, let me first select here clip. They are somewhere here, those transitions, whereby you can actually put in some effects. Let me try to look around, move around, and I see where could they be. So I saw them somewhere. Okay, let me try to check on the editing part. Click on edit. I try to find out where they could be. Show them somewhere. Looks like they're not here. Let me try assembly here, and I see they're also not here. Then we have, let me go back to effects. Because we need to know how these guys how they place in those transitions. Okay, so I believe it's around here somewhere. So we're looking for transitions, and then we're able to place them inside our project. Let me first stretch this a bit. I need to see this clearly here. Let me check out the libraries, and we saw that the transitions are actually there and nowhere to be seen. The software can get tricky like this when you're trying to look for transitions. Transitions are somewhere here. So as we navigate around this, because we you're going to wind up with the transitions, because they're also very important when you are editing the videos. Otherwise, if you don't include those transitions within your work, you'll find that it will not look very nice. Okay, it will not also look that very good. Yeah, but it has to be in the effects panel. So I'm going to go back here. Oh, okay. So you go to window here, and then we have effects. Okay, you go to window, and then you go to effects here. Okay, so to find the transitions, you go to window, then effects, and then they will appear. So they are here. Okay, let me see, why is it done like this? Yeah, so the transitions are actually here. Now suppose we have a number of them for audio, video, but we want video effects. So I'll go to video effects here. If you want to have something like this, so I have my clip here, and let's say I want to make things not clear on the screen, to blur the screen. Okay, just click on one of these transitions here, and then you drag it, you place it onto the timeline. It hasn't reacted, but let me first put here some space. So I'll grab this, and then now you see as I'm placing it there, okay, you'll find you have to place it onto the real video. Okay, you have to place it onto the real video. Why? If you don't do that, you'll find it's not going to work. So if you look at my screen, look at the arrow pointers on this clip down there. There's a plus sign next to it. Okay, so suppose you see something happening like that, that means you can place it anywhere around there. Okay, so suppose part of this clip I want to make it blur and it's not clear. I'll drop it here, and after dropping it, you will see that there's a red line that will appear on the timeline, and then when I try to pause it, you can see now it's not clear. Okay, this one is called the camera blur transition. Okay, so I've said where to find them. You go to window and then effects. So these are video effects, you find them from here. Okay, then we have also video transitions as well. So with one called dissolve here. Okay, so it's a good one. I can click on this one here, I grab it. Okay, select one of them, and then as you're dragging it for it, it will look like this. Okay, so you can either put it in front or at the back of the last video here. You let it go. Okay, now I know it's very small, it's actually down here, so you can actually just stretch it from here a bit to see. Let me come this side here. So how it works for it, when you press play, let me now put this video together here and we see how it works. Press play, you see the transition.
Olama just
transition as if it's dissolving. Okay, the clip dissolves. Then we have morph cut transition as well, which is in the dissolve folder. So I'll grab this as well. I'll get where to put it. When I place it there. Okay. Yeah, now it may not be very clear, but let me do it from this side instead. Let me do it again from here. So we have this part. I'll come here. I grab the film dissolve. I'll grab this, and then I get where to place it. Now you see when you are dragging it, it will put a symbol somewhere there. So I'll place it in between these two clips. I'll let it go. Okay. Now I need to confirm it because no, it hasn't worked. So I'm gonna grab it again, and then I get where to drop it. I need to know whether it chance. Yeah, okay, it's there. When you stretch this a bit, the transition is actually hiding here. It's already there. Pressing that effect, press play, you'll find
Claude dot
there. Okay, film dissolve. So now remember, if you want to stretch it like this, you need to grab these things. Okay, or if you want to make it small, you just do this and you're able to see all your work. If you find it's not seeing anything, you stretch this a bit down here. Okay, yeah, that is the only trickiest thing with Premiere Pro. Yeah, so basically that is it. So make sure that you keep on practicing, and then you're able to understand how this software is being used. But these are just some of the few basics of Premiere Pro. Now exporting, of course, in the exam you don't need to export your clip. There's no need of exporting. Okay, no need of exporting. But if you're outside there and you want to export, maybe before you export, you go to File, you go to Save As. You need to make sure that you are saving the right place. Okay, yeah, you look for your folder. I have here my folder. Okay, and it's actually here on the desktop, so you need to make sure you're saving the right place your project. Now from the exporting, now in exam you don't need to export because exporting takes time when you're exporting. Okay, so if you want to export, you go to File, okay, and then you'll find the export button is actually here, and then from there you choose media. Now when you choose media, you'll find something appearing on the screen. Okay, now sometimes when you put it there, you may find it is hiding the button for exporting. Sometimes the software hides it down here like this. So what you need to do is you can just grab this. Now at times it's also very big. You can reduce the size as well. You click here. Let me click here sideways, and then you find it smaller. You drag it up, and then you'll find the export button actually waiting for you here. Okay, now for the format, it depends on what you want to export. Do you want to export it as an MP3, that is an audio, or in form of a picture, a video? Okay, yeah, so normally when people are exporting, this is the recommended export format. Okay, I know you have heard of MP4, but this is the way to go. This is where you need to select. This is already selected H.264. okay, it is the most recommended one, so you leave it as it is. Preset, we have presets here as well. Now for YouTube, if you want to upload your video on YouTube, okay, the quality is here as well, where you can select from. That's the good thing with the Premiere Pro. So if you say YouTube video having like 4K in the settings, then they have used Premiere Pro to actually export it in that way. But remember, the more quality, the more data it will take or drain. Okay, yeah, so then you click on the export button. We have here export video, export audio. Here we're exporting both of them. So if you want to export it as an audio, it's up to you, but you just proceed and then you click on the export button to start exporting. And why I'm telling you it's not good to export in the exam, you can see it may take time and yet you have other things to do. Okay, so that is how you export. Of course, it's going to now go to the folder where I saved from my work, as we are going to see. But that is just a simple way of how you can actually understand Premiere Pro. And if you master these basics, these few basics that I've shared with you, you can easily edit a good number of videos before you actually export them. So it's one of the tools you can use for editing for editing videos. But if you want to record a video, just like how I'm doing it right now, the number of tools that people are using today, and there's one called OBS Studio. It is good for screen recording. Currently I'm using Filmora to edit this, to screen record this video. Okay, it's also another video editor as well, Filmora. It is a paid one. Okay, but of course, you know, In our country here, you can easily crack it and you have no repercussions on it as well. So yeah, so it's what I'm actually using to screen record this. But there's OBS Studio, a good one, it's free. There's another video editing tool called DaVinci Resolve. It's also a very good one to use. Okay. Premiere Pro is mainly for professionals, and even in the film industry you may find they're using Premiere Pro, but you may find some organizations want you to use Premiere Pro. That's why I recommend you to use Premiere Pro. Yeah, so those are just the basics, and that is all. Before maybe I go, I need to show you where the video is. So I'll come here and then click, where did it go? So where does it normally go? So I've saved this, I've exported this. Let me try to find out. Oh, I think I know where you messed up from. But it's supposed to be here. When we're exporting, we did specify where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that is now upon us. Yeah, but when you export it, normally it has to appear in the folder where you saved it. Yeah, but that's why I've told you that in the exam, don't bother exporting to save your